everyone and welcome back to another video. I am freezing today, so while I'm doing this makeup tutorial I'm going to be sat snuggling into my dressing gown because I'm absolutely freezing. But today I thought I would do a full face using Makeup Revolution products and Revolution Pro. Obviously they're all owned by the same company and I just thought it'd be really nice to do a full face using their products since I absolutely love their products and they're so affordable and they're accessible. They're available online, they're available in Superdrug. I have already done this eye and my eyebrow off camera just to save a little bit of time. I've also primed my face. So the primer that I've used today is the Revolution Pro Prime Aqua Priming Base. This is really handy because literally all you do, it's one of those where you literally just spritz it, you know, I sort of press it into my skin and that's it, you're ready to go. So I've done that already with me putting my eyebrows on. And I've also, what I tend to do, a little tip or trick that I learned when I was doing my makeup course, I got taught to, before you do your eyebrows, because obviously I always do my eye makeup first, go in with a little bit of your foundation around your brows, because then it means you're not going to have that gap between where you put your foundation on your brows, because you can't get too close with your foundation once you've done your brows. So I've also done that. So let's just jump straight into this tutorial. We're going to be starting off with this eyebrow and then moving on to this really pretty, I'm going to zoom you in a little bit, this really pretty pink purple eye look that I've created. So let's just jump in and do this eyebrow. So today we're going to be using the Revolution Pro Brow Pomade. I use the shade Ash Brown. I absolutely love this stuff, it's amazing. It's £5 and it's just one of the best brow pomades that I've ever used. It's such good value for money. And before I use this one I used to use the Freedom one, but obviously now Revolution Pro technically is Freedom. So now what I'm going to do is I want to set those brows in place. I don't have any brow setting products from Revolution, so I'm going to use my good old faithful brow coat because I absolutely love this stuff. It really does make sure that they don't budge. And then I want to carve out the brow and also prime the eyelid. So what I'm going to go in with is the Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. I'm just going to take a little bit of this on the back of my hand, coat a flat brush and carve out my brows. So now that eyelid's all primed, I do like to just set the powder a little bit. So today I'm going to be using, because one of the only things I don't have is a Revolution setting powder, so I'm going to be using my Glow and Ray powder. So I've got a little bit of this already on this fluffy brush. I'm just going to tap that on the lid. I just like to make sure that's really set in place. And then the first palette that we're going to be using to create this eye look is the new SOPH Extra Spice palette, and I'm going to jump straight into inside the palette and we're going to go in with this shade here, which is called Mulled Wine, and we're going to use that in the crease. And then we're going to jump into this second palette, which is the Revolution Pro Regeneration Trends Mischief Mattes palette. This is such an incredible palette. I've talked about this so many times, used this in so many tutorials because it's just such a colourful palette. And we're going to be jumping into the shade Ricochet, which is this one here at the bottom. And we're just going to blend that shade out slightly underneath the shade that I've just blended. We're going to go back into this palette again. We're going to go into this really deep purple shade called Haunted. And now we've finished working on the top of the eye for the time being, I'm going to go and work underneath. So the first thing that I'm going to do is, again, I don't have many eyeliners from Revolution, so I'm going to use my Pixie Purple eyeliner. It's one of their Endless Silky Eye pencils and we're going to run that in the waterline. It looks like this, and this is in the shade Velvet Violet. And the thing that I love about this is, because it's such a bright purple, it just gives a little bit of a pop of colour to the look and really brightens up the eye. And then I'm going to take a really thin pencil brush and go back in with that first shade from the SOPH palette, which is that Mulled Wine shade, and run this underneath where I've just placed that eyeliner on the waterline. And then we're going to go back in with that really dark Haunted shade from the Mischief Mattes palette and run that just underneath where I've just popped that other shade. Now all the work's done underneath the eye, what we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to cut the crease to create this really pretty sort of pink effect in the centre of the eye. So I'm just going to go in with my Conceal and Define on the back of my hand, coat this brush again, and we're going to cut the crease. Now that's done, we're going to go back into this SOPH palette and we're going to go in with this really pretty pink shade here, which is called Romance. I'm just going to take this on my finger and pat that onto where I've just cut my crease. So I'm going to go in with my trusty Bourjois eyeliner to create a cat flick on the lid, just because I don't have a Revolution liner. And while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm going to go in with my Revolution highlighter. The one I'm using today is the Strobe highlighter. So this has got a really nice, in the shade Flash, it's got a really nice like goldy green shift. It's quite unique. I'm just going to run this on the brow bone and a tiny little bit in the centre, in the corner of my eye. And then I'm going to curl my lashes and pop some mascara on and pop some eyelashes on. I'm going to be using my Doll Beauty lashes, and then we'll move on to the base. So lashes are on, eye look is complete. Now we're going to move on to my base. Today I'm going to be using the Makeup Revolution Fast Base Foundation Stick. I use a mixture of F9 and F6. I normally use F6 to highlight and then F9 across the face. This is normally quite good for me when I'm fake tanned. I couldn't use F9 on its own, I do have to mix the lighter shade with it. So let's get started and get these on. Now I'm just going to blend this out with a beauty blender. So then we're going to move on to, I'm going to do a little bit of cream contouring, and I'm going to use the Fast Base Foundation Stick again, but I'm going to use it in a darker shade, and I'm going to use the shade F14. These work really well as contour sticks as well as foundation, or the Conceal and Define concealer that I've been using works really well as well. I've got that in the darker shade that I also sometimes use that to cream contour. But if you're using a Fast Base Foundation, this just blends out effortlessly with it. So I'm just going to do a little bit on my forehead. And then we're going to go in and use the Conceal and Define concealer just to highlight those areas and conceal any areas. So I'm going to go ahead and set the face. Like I said earlier, I don't have a Revolution powder, so I'm just going to go in with my Glow and Ray setting powder and set the face. And now we're going to go ahead and bronze the face. Again, I don't have a Revolution bronzer, but obviously I've already contoured, so I'm just going to bronze over the top with my little Benefit mini hoola. And then I'm just going to pop a little bit of blush on, and this is actually classed as one of the Revolution's Vivid Baked highlighters, but it just doesn't work as a highlighter on my skin, and I like a glowy blush. This works perfect as a blusher for me, and this is in the shade Rose Gold Light. It looks like this. And now we're going to go in with the Revolution Strobe highlighter in the shade Flash. I'm going to be using this obviously to highlight the face. This is not sort of an everyday use highlighter, but it's the only Revolution highlighter I've got at the moment, because I'd run out of them, and because I've been using the Doll Beauty one, I haven't had a chance to repurchase one yet. Right, and then we're going to go in and we're going to line my lip with one of the Revolution lip liners, and this is in the shade Echelon. I'm going to be going in with the matte lipstick from Revolution, and this is in the shade Noble, and we're just going to go over the top of that liner. And then last but not least, we're going to be going in with the Revolution makeup setting spray, and this is their Pro Fix. I'm just going to spray this on my face. Now this isn't the best smelling setting spray, but to be quite honest, I don't think many of the setting sprays smell that great. I think they all smell quite chemically, but this has got a really nice mister on it. It's a really good price and it does the job, so it's definitely worth checking out if you're on a bit of a budget and you're looking for a setting spray, because it does really work. And I think that this lip looks really pretty with the purple eye. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget I upload Monday through to Friday now, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah. Thanks for watching.